functional. That's what the Duster is all about. This is the new Dacia Duster, but you probably didn't realise that because it looks the same as the old Dacia Duster. But look, hey, don't worry, valued viewers, because I'm going to run you through all of the things: engines, running cost, practicality, comfort, and what this thing is like to drive. Oh, but indulge me, please. Like and subscribe. Okay, let's get this show on the road.
Now, some of you may remember the Dacia's headline figures when the company first started bringing cars to the UK. The Sandero, its Ford Fiesta rivaling small hatchback, was just $5,995. The Duster, albeit with quite a few less toys than the one we have here, $8,995. Dacia still represents great value above all else. But those days of 10 grand family cars are long gone. The cheapest Duster you can buy today, a shade under 15 grand.
I mean, come on, what does that even mean? I mean, the original Dacia Duster didn't even come with a radio. But now, I mean, the Essential model even comes with aircon and electric front windows. Then you step up to this Comfort model, wow, extra £15 a month more, and you've got yourself a proper do-it-all family SUV. I mean, styling-wise, yes, the old Duster doesn't look that different to this new one, but apparently every panel is new. You got different lights, front and rear, and a different grille. Oh, and that extra £15 a month includes alloy wheels. Right, straight up, it doesn't look all that different in here either. But the thing is, if you're hopping in here from the old Duster into the new one, there are some very subtle but yet very important changes, like this central screen. Because in the previous one, it looked like the previous owner had it fitted at Halfords. But now look, fancy, integrated, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, very nice. You've also got Duster written down here, which I think is quite nice. You still have the piano keys for the shortcuts, which is lovely, and physical twisted U dials, praise be. Big fan of that. Again, it's not cutting edge, functional. That's what the Duster is all about, being functional. But speaking of cutting edge, well, lack thereof, the dashboard hasn't really changed much. I mean, dials, you've still got the analogue ones, which are fine. They're nice and easy to read, but they're hardly the last word in modern technology. The steering wheel hasn't changed either, which, again, I'm not going to moan about this, because even on the basic models, you've still got controls for volume and controls for the trip computer as well. These air vents, they feel a little bit flimsy, but again, cheap and cheerful rather than particularly premium. You get what you pay for. But the thing is what they're lacking in luxury, I think they make up for in practical touches. So you've got some decent door bins. You've got this shelf here, I don't know, your passenger can put their phone up there or something. Behind the gear stick, you've got a little space there, which is where I keep my phone. And actually on mid-spec models and up, between the two, quite supportive and quite comfortable seats, you've got a 1 litre bin, which is where I've been keeping my Satsuma hand cream. Not bad at all.
There are 3 main trims to choose from. As mentioned, it doesn't cost much to step up to the mid-spec Comfort model, which we have here. And that's exactly what we do. For your hard-earned cash, you get that 8-inch infotainment screen in place of just a standard radio, a reversing camera, and those luscious alloy wheels. Another 15 quid a month on top of that brings you the premium features like keyless entry and climate control. As always, full specs can be found at carbuyer.co.uk. Just search for Dacia Duster.
Very few SUVs, regardless of the price, are geared up for driving fun. And the Dacia Duster does very little to change that. But look, saying that, I mean, there are cars that are twice the price that aren't exactly a lot better than this. Like, this is hardly any worse than like a Nissan Qashqai. I mean, it all feels very balanced in corners. The steering is nice and responsive, so you feel quite confident on twisty, turny roads. The grip is very good. The view out is lovely. But here's where things start to come undone. You see, now Dacia often uses old Renault bits, and the platform underneath this is quite old. So you do tend to notice vibrations and see, the noise suppression isn't as good as it could or should be in a car that's been built in 2022. This manual gearbox comes as standard across the range. It's fine. No more, no less. It's fine. I mean, there is an automatic option if you want to, but this car isn't about complexity, so we'd stick with the manual if you can. Same goes for the all-wheel drive, actually, because where it does make the Dacia Duster a very impressive off-roader, the gears are quite short. So, I mean, unless you live on a farm or regularly drive in snow or on ice, you can just make do with all-weather tyres or winter tyres. They'll suit you just fine. Then we have the engine options, which again you'll find on carbuyer.co.uk. So you have petrols, yes, you have diesels, yes, but then you also have this, the bi-fuel model. Now this runs on petrol and LPG, and it's quiet enough when you're, pootling around town. When you put your foot down, it's slightly less composed. Quick? No, it's not quick. It will do 0 to 62 in 15.1 seconds when you're using petrol, or when you're on LPG, it will do it in 13.8 seconds. Look, the way we see it, if you're going to make use of the LPG side of things, then go for it. If not, just stick with the standard petrol. Ultimately, a sports car driver will find very little to get excited about this car, but also very few people will find the Dacia Duster to be a chore to drive. It's not bad at all.
The Dacia Duster isn't just cheap to buy, it should be pretty affordable to run too. It uses loads of tried and tested Renault parts, and the petrol models should be capable of 40 miles per gallon in normal running. There's no electrification in sight, so you pay the normal flat rate for road tax, while company car tax is higher than you might expect too.
Dimensionally, this is about the same size as a Nissan Qashqai, so you actually get more practicality for your pound, if that makes sense. So the boot is nice and big. You've got 445 litres, plenty of room for my suitcase. Now the basic model does not have split folding rear seats, but we've got them here. So when you fold them down, I mean, you can basically use it like a van. Not completely like a van, because they don't fold down flat. But you've got a really nice open space, 1,623 litres of space to be exact. Yeah, a lot roomier than the benchmark Nissan.
If space equals luxury, then the Dacia is a winner, except it doesn't. It's not as simple as that, is it? There is plenty of room in the back for adults to get comfortable, headroom and knee room are both good, and both of the outer seats get ISOFIX points.
Worth noting, if you do go for the LPG/petrol version, the LPG tank is where the spare wheel would be. So you're going to have to make do with tyre foam, which I don't know if you're the same as me, but if I've got a puncture, I'd rather have a spare wheel rather than trying to trust the foam to get me home on a dark, cold night. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'll digress. Deal makers and deal breakers.
No family SUV can touch the Dacia Duster for outright value for money. Skip the entry-level cars for just £15 a month more. You'll get loads more goodies. The Duster is bigger than the Nissan Qashqai, but costs less than a Nissan Micra. It's big. We've not touched on it in this review. This is a front-wheel drive model, but the Duster is amazing off-road. If you need an all-weather car on a budget, Dacia does good. You get what you pay for. The Dacia might cost half as much as most family SUVs, but in certain places, you can tell. There are no electric or even hybrid options, so while no model will cost the earth to run, none can promise the rock-bottom bills of an EV.
So there you have it, the new Dacia Duster. It kind of looks like the old one, it kind of feels like the old one, but every panel is new. I mean, it's not the outrageous sub 10 grand bargain that it used to be. Fun fact, nothing is. There is no new car on sale that's under £10,000 these days. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this is great value for money. It is practical, it is well equipped, it's stylish from the right angles. No nonsense, done proper.
If you like this video, then why not watch our review of the Nissan Qashqai or our family SUVs playlist. Thanks for watching.